Hello everyone. Today we will look at 8 different ranges that helps us understand how people see the world. These ranges come from personality functions. Each range has a strength, a way it helps us live wisely. But if we use it too much or in the wrong way, it can become distorted. As we explore these ranges, we will learn how to better understand ourselves and respect others. We will celebrate our differences and seek harmony. This is a part of our journey toward spiritual maturity. Okay, let's talk about the range 1, introverted sensing, types ISTJ and ISFJ. Light side is careful and wise, decisions based on past experience. Shadow side is uh, closed to new ideas and stubborn or rigid. Some people live by remembering what worked before. They feel safe with routines, traditions, and familiar ways of doing things. For them, life is a journey of finding meaning in everyday habits. They like things to be planned, not unexpected. These people often stay quiet, but they notice the detail others miss. They remember important things and follow trusted method. They show love through actions, not words. They help hold the community together with steady care and quiet strength. They think through experience. Past lessons help them make good choices today and prepare for tomorrow. They feel peace in familiar value and customs. They respect rules and traditions, which helps keep the group stable. They are like a keeper of memory, holding life stories with care and using them to understand the world. Their quiet strength is like a hidden pillar that supports the whole community. But this range also has a shadow. When people trust their old ways too much, they may resist change or ignore the new ideas. They might become controlling or reject other ways of thinking. This range show up in many kind of people. Some focus more on logic, others on relationship, but they all share a deep desire to live with steady order and meaning from the past. This is a story. One day, a family was packing to move. In the corner of the living room were old boxes with handwritten label, Dad's college notice, curtain from our first house, kids, preschool art. Inside were decades of memories. At first, they felt they couldn't throw anything away. Every item had a story. Letting go felt like erasing the past. But one child gently asked, "Do we really need this for our future? Or are we just holding on because it feels familiar?" The room grew quiet. Then the family sat together, opening each box and sharing stories. Some items were photographed, some memories were spoken aloud. Slowly, the boxes became lighter. Laughter and tears filled the room. When they arrived at their new home, they felt surprisingly free. The load was smaller, but their hearts were fuller. They realized that letting go of old things didn't mean losing the past. It meant it meant honoring honoring it in a new way. From that day on, they listened to each other more. They welcomed new life with open heart. Inside the old boxes were memories, and when they let go, morning came. This is a reflection question. Am I holding too tightly to familiar way? Let's talk range 2. Extroverted sensing. Types ESTP and ESFP. Light side. Enjoy the present moment and welcome new experience. Shadow side. May chase excitement and make impulsive choices. Some people see the world through their five senses. They notice what's happening right now: colors, sounds, movement, and energy. They live, they live in the moment and respond quickly to change around them. Life feels more like a stage than a plan. Action comes before thinking. These people learn best through real experience. They like variety, surprises, and new adventures. They are curious, open to meeting new people, and often bring energy to the group. They enjoy helping others feel alive and connected. Their presence added color and movement to the community. But sometimes chasing experience can lead to burnout or confusion. When life becomes a search for the next thrill, they may lose touch with deeper meaning or long-term direction. They are like a street artist, painting life with bold strokes, creating beauty in the moment. Their gift reminds us to treasure right now, but they also need quiet space to rest, reflect, and ask where their journey is truly leading. This is story. She always wanted to travel. City, streets, new languages, unfamiliar places. This made her feel alive. Her suitcase was always ready, and her next flight gave her hope. She believed each trip would help her find herself. But after many travels, the ship began to feel empty. The hotel views were beautiful, but her heart felt lonely. She laughed with people, but no one truly knew her. She wondered, who am I? Where do I belong? One day she walked into a quiet church in a small town. On the wall, she saw a verse. If you want to be whole, let go of what you hold and follow me. She cried. A question rose in her heart. Where is my search for newness taking me? She stopped traveling. She chose to stay. He planted roots in that town, helped others, and found peace in silence. She discovered her true self, not in excitement, but in stillness. Her life was no longer dot on a map, but a home in her heart. Newness became a path to growth, not escape. And in that quiet place, she was born again. This is the reflex question. Where is my desire for newness leading me? Let's talk range 3. Introverted intuition. Type INFJ and INTJ. Light side, deep insight and vision for the future. Shadow side may push their vision onto others. Some people see the world through pattern and meaning. They look beyond what's visual and sense what's coming next. Life feels like a story, not just a series of events. They think deeply, plan ahead, and trust their inner compass. These people often have strong visions. They want to help others grow and move toward a better future. They prefer quiet reflection over quick reactions. They may seem reserved, but inside they are full of ideas or purpose. They are like someone walking through fog with a lantern, seeing what others can't yet see. Their gift brings direction and depth to the community. But sometimes their vision becomes too strong. They may forget that others are living in the present with real struggles and limits. If they push too hard, people may feel unseen or overwhelmed. True wisdom comes when they connect their vision with others' reality. When they walk beside others, not ahead of them. This is a story. A reader always looked far ahead. He had beautiful dreams and deep insight. His vision inspired many. But over time, the community grew tired. They wanted to talk about today's problems, but he kept speaking about tomorrow's possibilities. One day, someone gently said, "Your vision is beautiful, but our lives feel heavy right now." That night, the reader sat alone and prayed. A question came to him. Does my insight respect other people's real life struggles? He realized he had been too idealistic. The next day, he spoke to the group. "I've been drawing stars, but your feet are in the mud. I will work with you now." He didn't give up his vision. He simply connected it to people's real lives. The community began to breathe again. The stars were still there, but now everyone could look up together. This is a reflection question. Does my insight respect other people's reality? Let's talk about range 4, extroverted intuitions, types ENFP and ENTP. Light side, explore possibilities and connected ideas creatively. Shadow side may avoid reality and become scattered. Some people see the world through imagination and ideas. They don't just look at what is, they dream about what could be. One thought leads to many others. They love asking questions, exploring new paths, and thinking outside the box. These people are creative and flexible. They enjoy meeting new people, trying new things, and thinking in fresh ways. They often bring energy and new ideas to their community. They help others see new possibilities and break out of stuck patterns. But sometimes chasing idea can become a way to avoid responsibilities. They may start many things but struggle to finish. They may focus on what's exciting instead of what's needed. They are like people who walk with the wind, always moving, always amazing. Their gift reminded us that life is full of stories still unfolding. But they also need to ask, am I staying in possibility or stepping into responsibility? This is a story. A young man started a company. He was full of ideas and good at inspiring people. His business grew quickly, but after a while, his team became tired. Plans kept changing. Ideas were everywhere, but action was missing. One day, the finance manager gently said, "Your ideas are great, but right now we need responsibility." That night, the young man sat alone and asked himself, am I living in possibility or taking responsibility? Sorry. Am I living in possibility or taking responsibility? The next day, he met with his team. They made a career plan and focused on what they could actually do. There were fewer ideas, but more trust. The company grew slowly, but it became stronger. He learned how to plant his idea in real soil. Possibility became something solid, and his team worked with him, not just behind him. This is reflection question. Am I staying in possibility or stepping into responsibility? Okay, let's talk about range 5, introverted thinking. Types ISTP and INTP. Light side, build, clear logic, and deep understanding. Shadow side is may force everything to fit their own logic. Some people see the world through structure and reason. They want things to make sense. They ask why and look for patterns. They think deeply and carefully before making decisions. These people often say quiet, but inside they are solving puzzles. They don't follow rules just because others say so. They want to understand for themselves. They are good at breaking down complex problems and finding smart solutions. But sometimes they trust their own logic too much. They may ignore emotions or push others away. They may try to explain everything, even things that need love more than answers. They are like quiet builder of truth, putting pieces together with care. Their gift helps communities stay wise and thoughtful, but they also need to ask, is my logic helping relationship or hurting them? This is a story. A woman loved deep question. She studied theology and philosophy. In her church, she led many discussions and always searched for clear answers. One Sunday, she saw a child praying, God, I'm just say, please help me. The prayer had no structure, no logic, but it touched her heart. She realized she had been trying to explain truth, but not hear it. She said to herself, I've been building puzzles, but I haven't touched the love inside them. After that, she began listening more. She still loved knowledge, but now she connected it with people's real lives. Her wisdom became softer, deeper, and more healing. This is a reflection question. Is my logic helping relationship or hurting them? Let's talk range 6, extroverted thinking. Types ESTJ and ENTJ. Light side, strong planning and leadership. Shadow side may ignore people's feeling and become too forceful. Some people focus more on structure than emotions. They like to make a career plan, set goals, and get things done. They are good at organizing people and solving problems quickly. They ask what needs to be done, and they move forward with confidence. These people often become leaders. They help groups stay focused and efficient. They care about results and want things to run smoothly. They are not afraid of chance. They manage it and lead others through it. But sometimes they move too fast that they forget people's heart. This decision may be smart, but they can also hurt. When they care more about system than people, relationships begin to suffer. They are like architects of leadership, building strong structures for others to live in. But they also need to ask, does my decision care for people's hearts? This is a story. A church leader was great at organizing. He made clear schedules, set goals, and helped the church grow quickly. But over time, people began to feel tired. Some said, we feel like a part in a machine. At first, he didn't understand. But one day, someone cried and said, we are in your plan but not in your heart. That night he asked himself, am I reading people or just pushing a system? The next day, he said to the group, from now on, I look at pace before I look at plan. I listen to heart before I give others. His leadership slowed down, but the church began to bleed again. He became a leader who cared for people, not just progress. This is a reflection question. Does my decision care for people's heart? Let's talk Rand 7 introverted feeling, types ISFP and INFP. Light side, deep value and honesty. Shadow side, may believe on their value are right. Some people listen closely to their inner feelings. They care deeply about what is true and meaningful to them. They don't follow others, they follow their hearts. Life is not about meeting expectations, but about staying true to their values. These people are quiet but passionate. They feel things deeply and want to live with honesty. They may not speak much, but they care a lot. They are good at comforting others and protecting emotion safety. But sometimes they hold their value so tightly that they reject other people's views. They may close their hearts to anyone who disagrees. They may forget that love means making space for others too. They are like a keeper to the inner flame, quietly holding true and warmth. Their gift reminds us to live with meaning, but they also need to ask, does my value make room for someone else's life? This is a story. A woman loved a cat. To her, cats were quiet, gentle, and free, just like her. She didn't understand people who love a dog. She said dogs are loud and needy. Slowly she pulled away from friends who had dogs. One day a friend cried and said, my dog helped me through depression. When you judge that, it feels like you are judging me. That night, the woman asked himself, does my value make room for someone else's life? She began listening to her friend's story. She still loved cat, but now she could also respect people who loved dogs. Her heart grew wider. Her love grew deeper. This is a reflection question. Does my value make room for someone else's life? Let's talk about the range of 8 extroverted feeling types ESFJ, ENFJ. Light side builds harmony and support others. Shadow side may care too much and forget personal boundaries. Some people notice feeling and mood right away. They care deeply about how others are doing. They want peace in relationship and try to help everyone feel safe and connected. For them, life is not a solo journey. It's something we work together. These people are good at reading emotions. They notice when someone is sad or uncomfortable even if no one says anything. They often become peacemaker and helper in their community. When they're complete, they try to bring people together. When someone is hurting, they offer comfort. They don't just say what is right, they say what is needed. They speak truth with kindness. They help others grow and feel supported. But sometimes they care so much for others that they forget to care for themselves. They may give too much, cross boundaries, or feel burned out. They may smile for everyone else but feel tired or angry at home. They are like a bridge builder of the heart, connecting people with love. Their gift remind us to care deeply, but they also need to ask, does my care respect others' freedom and my own limit? This is story. A woman was always the peacemaker. When people argued, she stepped in. When someone was hurting, she reached out. Everyone said she was so kind, but at home her family felt forgotten. Her husband said, "You care for everyone, but not for us." She felt hurt. "I'm trying too hard," she thought. But one day her child quietly said, "Mom, you smile at others, but you often get mad at us." That night, she asked herself, does my care respect others' freedom and my own limit? She began to change. She still loved her community, but she made time for her family and herself. Her care became deeper and healthier. She learned to love with balance. Now, even in silence, she brings peace. She is still a peacemaker, but one who is whole. This is a reflection question. Does my care respect others' freedom and my own limits? Okay, everyone. This is assignment title. My personality lens and reflection question. Step 1. Find your lens and question. Look at the chart next. Find your personality types like ENFP, ISFP, blah blah. Then read the question next to it. This is your reflection question. Purpose of this assignment: each person sees the world in a different way. This is called your personality's lens. In this assignment, you will find your lens and answer the one question that help you think about your life, your relationship, and your faith. This will help you grow and understanding yourself better. Okay, you can check the personality lens. If you check your type, I think you more your lens find it, and you can see reflection question. Okay. Next, step 2. Write your reflection. Write at least one paragraph, 5 through 7 sentences to answer your question. Use your own experience, thoughts, or feelings. You can also write about how your personalities affect your family, church, or work. Be honest and gentle with yourself. Okay, thank you so much for being here today. We learned about eight personality lens and how they help us grow. Each of us sees the whole world in a different way, and that's a gift. Let's keep learning to understand ourselves and love others well. This is part of our journey with God. I'm really looking forward to seeing you again next week. Until then, take care of your heart and take care of each other. God bless you.